Hi everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to help you understand note making. I'm going to cover various aspects of note making, how to make notes, where to start making notes, what are the kind of things that your notes should cover, what are the notes for static portion and what are the notes for current portion, and how I'm going to try to figure out is how to make notes. What are the ways you can actually go ahead and make notes? See, the important thing here to realize is that note making is not something that you should have a very kind of a rigid structure to कि मेरे को हाथ से नोट बनाने हैं, you have to write them and make it, or you have to only do it online. It really depends on you what you prefer, kind of an app. So I personally used Evernote and I'm going to provide my notes in the links in the comment, so you can download one of my environment notes and see how I made them and why they really helped me to get my environment in top condition. I knew everything about environment. Kind of follow when you're making notes. See, the first golden rule is never make notes in the first reading itself. Let's say you started reading Spectrum, or let's say you started reading Bipin Chandra or any economy book. When you open it, ये नहीं कि पहला चैप्टर आपने शुरू कर दिया है और साथ में ही नोट्स बना रहे हो. ऐसा कभी मत करो, क्योंकि फर्स्ट रीडिंग शुड बी लाइक रीडिंग इन नॉवल. It should be a quick reading and you should get an understanding of what is there in the book. For this, I have made another class, another session in which I tell you how to read. So first reading, never go through the details. Just try to understand the story, the overall conceptual framework understanding of what happened, how it happened, or what are the main concepts that you need to understand or worry about. And then after that, when you come to the second reading, that is when you actually want to start making a few notes. Because you will have a story in your mind and it will become much easier for you to be able to jot it down on a piece of paper or just type it out. So that is the number one golden rule that I want you to follow. The second rule I want you to follow is that don't make notes of everything. See, when you're reading for UPSC, everything seems important, but it is not. You have to eventually figure out that there are a few concepts, there are a few topics that are important. You need to know their definitions. You need to know the little bit of data behind them. You need to know maybe about the government scheme behind it. You also need to know the why, the how, the where, the when. These are the main things you should know. You should know why there is maybe pros to that particular concept or whatever issue you are reading about. What are the cons? And maybe also, as far as current affairs and static portion are concerned, I think you require notes for both the sections. Sometimes I have told people don't make notes necessarily for books like Laxmikant because it's in the note format. Now that depends on your comfort. I made notes on Laxmikant because I felt like making it. I feel that you can do without it, but that's your own personal choice. So read it once like a novel and then decide whether you want to make notes from it or economy. So this is the various dimensions you need to cover of any topic out there. And once you have done that, once you have frameworked yourself around these particular questions of what, why, where, how, when, pros and cons, issues related, any kind of examples related with that particular topic, then you have pretty much covered anything, and that's what you need to do for that note making and for actually studying that topic. Apart from that, also refer to old UPSC questions, which will really help you to have a direct connection with what you need to make notes for and what you don't need to make notes for. Now, what is the starting point for? Use Google a lot along the way, because without using Google, you will not be able to do justice to your studies. Now the next thing is I'm going to show you some notes from my notes from ecology, from polity. You can look at them on the screen also just for a brief time, and then you can download it from the comment section below, description below, so that you can understand how to make notes, and maybe these notes will also help you out in your studies. Don't sweat too much over the notes. Don't worry too much about making. कितना टाइम लगेगा, कैसे बनाऊंगा? UPSC is a marathon. It is going to take you 1 year or 2 years or maybe even little bit more.